Thank you for coming all the way out to Korea for the economy.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, and thank you for carving out some time. I know you got off a keynote today.
Yeah.
I just finished the panel.
Okay.
But today, I just wanted to sit down with you, touch on high-level Binance type ideas, touch on BNB, just to get a lot of awareness out to Korea, because I'm not sure if you do a lot of interviews here in Korea.
Actually, I do come to Korea quite often.
Right.
So I think Korea I came here 3 times in the last 15 months.
Right.
And so this is by far the highest frequency place I visit and do a talk.
Right.
But I think given, I don't speak Korean myself.
Right.
So given the language difference, not too many people know about us. About the details of Binance and BNB.
Yeah, because you guys have a lot going on.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on. So most people know Binance as an exchange.
Right.
They know Binance as a crypto-to-crypto exchange. Yes, we are one of the largest ones in the world, and that's one of our main businesses as well. But we have a lot more other stuff. We have the fiat exchanges in various different places, including Jersey, Uganda, very soon Singapore. We have Binance Labs, which invest in early stage projects. So if there are good projects in Korea, we can look at that as well.
For sure.
We have the Binance Launchpad. A lot of people know about them recently. They're kind of in the news.
Right, the IO, yeah.
So that's a platform for helping projects to raise money from the public. And then we have Binance Research, which do in-depth reports on projects, so that this is more information distribution. All of this stuff are centered around helping projects. And then on the other side, we have Binance Academy, which is helping educational content.
I watched those videos.
Yeah. So those videos are
great, short and great, yeah.
They're becoming more available in Korean as well. So we're adding more and more Korean translations or subtitles to them. We have a Trust Wallet, which is a very good decentralized wallet.
Right.
And very soon we're going to have Binance DEX, which is the Binance Chain, the decentralized exchange. And of course we have Binance Charity doing social impact work. So
I got questions on all three.
Okay.
Yeah, real quick. So
Sure.
I think the important thing is the BNB ecosystem is blowing up.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of attention around this. Are you like, do you have a vision for where this is all going, or are you trying to keep this fairly organic and open?
So my approach is always organic and just dynamic. So we just got to react. So basically, I think many people have seen the use BNB chart where there's like, I don't know, 50 to 100 things on there now.
Yeah. I saw it for the first time today.
Oh, really?
That was a lot. I didn't know that.
Okay, I post that on Twitter all the time.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I didn't post enough.
Right.
So all of those are organic. We never paid a single penny for somebody to add BNB to their ecosystem. But what we do in return is when they do that, we help them market. So I will retweet them. We'll try to help publicize them. So I actually cannot imagine what BNB can or cannot be used for. It's a cryptocurrency. Right now it's a ERC20 token. Very soon it's going to become a native token on the Binance Chain.
Right.
But it's much harder for me to visualize and plan how to use it. So we offer a few use cases ourselves, mostly with the services we provide.
Right.
Any service we provide, we will try to build in BNB into it. But there are many other industry players doing really creative stuff. Like there's a really high-end nightclub in Las Vegas that accepts Binance Coin, the More Club.
Did they call you and ask, or
no? They
just did it.
No, they just did it and told us, and it was like, oh, great, okay. So it's very organic, and I think that's good because we want this to be decentralized, organic, and whatever works, whatever grows, we'll support it. And we just gotta be reactive so that we give the proper support for this ecosystem.
Very cool. And you probably addressed this a bunch of times on the DEX idea.
Yeah.
The angle I'm looking at the DEX is a lot of people have tried. And I think people understand the value of DEX. But what was kind of the logic behind you being Binance, right? Sort of disrupting yourself and really focusing on this DEX.
Sure, I think there's two sides to that question. Number one, I'll address the disrupting yourself first, which is easy.
Right.
I think we always want to disrupt ourselves. It's better to disrupt ourselves than somebody else doing that to us. So I think that part is easy. So we're always looking for more innovation. We're not trying to, okay, we are one of the largest exchanges, we just hold on to it. Right. That's not what we do, and that's not what the team does. The team's always innovating. The second part is, I think many people have tried, but when we see those, so this is a situation where when we look at the broad market of the product offerings in the decentralized exchanges out there, we felt that we could do better. We felt that, okay, that there's this room for improvement.
So what are like the one or two elements that makes it better?
So there's a few things. Number one, the speed.
Right.
Many decentralized exchanges are first based on Ethereum.
Right,
Ethereum is faster than Bitcoin, but it's still pretty slow. And then, so we want to increase speed. So we're now doing 1 second blocks. One block is final. And then we can handle thousands of transactions per second. And we can scale up more if we add more just machines. So that's one aspect of the speed, which is always very important in exchanges, which we understand very well. And some of the other industry players don't understand that very well. Without speed, you don't get liquidity. When it's slow, there's no liquidity.
Right.
So speed ties it with liquidity. There's a second aspect of it, which is ease of use. All of the other, or most of the other decentralized exchanges are very hard to use. You have to understand what a private key is. You have to like really know all this stuff.
Right.
The user interface is not very straightforward. So we took the Binance.com interface and said, okay, let's move that onto the DEX. So hopefully that will give people the familiarity that it has. There's still a little bit of a learning curve, but I think we have reduced the learning curve to be very low.
Right, and your strategy is always launch first and then iterate later, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
So so I don't think we got it perfect on the first try.
Right.
We don't want to do that because if we do that, then that means we're going to launch much later.
Right.
So let's launch it, have users use it, give us feedback, we'll iterate.
Very cool. The one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, that actually I was at your Binance Singapore event and you had this whole talk about Binance Charity. I think it's really cool that you guys are doing this charity program.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know sort of A, the motivation behind it, and B, is this something you want to put a lot more emphasis on going forward? Or are there going to be more contribution to these charitable programs?
Yes, absolutely. So for charity, there's a few different contributing factors which I think are all very meaningful. Number one, I think as an organization, as a profitable organization that's growing quickly, we have this social impact duty.
Right.
But there's many other selfish reasons too. From the industry perspective, I think using blockchain for charity is great because it dramatically improves the transparency.
Exactly. Right.
With the transparency increase, I think there's more people willing to donate. So today, if you donate 1 BNB, you can track it to see which school you went to in Uganda and which kids you helped. You'll be more willing to donate more because now there's that transparency. Before it was, okay, you donate 1 BNB and it's kind of in a black box, you no longer know what's happening to it.
Right.
And this also ensures that downstream there's no sort of corruption or shenanigans associated with the traditional charity industry. So I think that's a huge impact that we can make in the world. More selfishly, for our industry, when you're promoting charity, when you're pushing charity out, we have a mandate that all the end beneficiaries have to accept crypto. This necessarily means that we are pushing education.
Right. Right.
So now people have to learn about crypto, and they're learning about it in a positive sense, in a very helpful sense, right? So I'm sure the kids now in the school, they love crypto. When those kids grow up and they're properly educated, they're going to make a big impact into
so this is a long-term thing.
This is a long-term thing. So, but it's actually spreading. As anything that's kind of happening in Binance, when I first started, we wanted to start small, but the team's execution ability far exceeded my expectations. So they're pushing this out really quickly. I thought we'll help like maybe 500 kids this year, but they're in the first 3 months since we launched the school program, we're now reaching out to, we helped 5,000 kids.
Wow.
So, and we're actually, they're also getting industry participants to, so it's not just Binance in donating. We're getting other people to donate. So other people donated like $4.8 million so far, and we kind of, so we actually now have more money than we can push out.
Right.
So now again, so it's the last mile that's the bottleneck. So we're trying to work through it. We'll keep everything transparent. So it's actually working out really well.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think I have 2 more questions. The next one, this might be, you can toss it if you want.
Sure.
What is the biggest challenge for Binance today?
Okay, so at different stages, it's different challenges. I think today, I think it's really our internal challenges. So we've grown very quickly.
Right. You guys are a very decentralized team.
We're a very decentralized team. It's really just sort of continue to grow the team, making sure we have the best team always. We have a very high requirement for people joining the team. And not actually less on technical skills, but more on the ethical, philosophical, mental attitude of the person. So we want the person to, we want to look for people who are passionate about this industry, who shares our mission and values. Because we are pretty close to the money.
Right.
So we want people who are not money driven. We want people who actually want to do something good. So when we hire people, we typically give them a pay cut. So we kind of see, okay, is this guy money driven or not?
Exactly, okay.
That's
pretty cool.
So we've grown, so just sort of, right now, before I interview everybody that comes in, and we're at a size that I can't do that anymore.
Right.
So we really need to have this sort of culture sort of brought down to the entire organization. So I think today that's the biggest challenge for us, to maintain this ethical behavior throughout the organization. And today, I don't make a lot of decisions. I make very few decisions in Binance now.
Right.
So I just set the direction, says, okay, we want to do charity. Okay, we find a bunch of guys and they do charity. Right. So I'm not involved in every decision. So we are very autonomous in the decision making. I often find out which coins we're listing after the announcement. Right. So I think just sort of making sure that we continue to have the higher ethical standard and have the best team is the key now. So I think most of the challenge right now is just sort of making sure we grow correctly ourselves. Yeah.
Then, the reverse of that, what's the thing what are some things that you've seen recently that excite you the most about crypto?
Well, I think, very recently, I think the fact that everyone's coming to crypto is very exciting, right? So a lot of people, some people don't like certain companies coming to crypto, like Facebook or JP Morgan. Right. But right now, we may or may not like those corporate ethos, but the fact that they're coming to crypto is good.
More the merrier.
The more the merrier.
Right.
And there's so many other people coming to crypto as well, right? So now Elon Musk is talking about.
He's interested, right?
He's definitely interested, right? He changed his Twitter into
briefly Doge.
Ex-CEO of Doge. Right. And when I checked last night, it was still there. So,
really? Okay.
So and Jack Dorsey is coming in. So there's a lot more people coming in. And also the fact that within the last couple of days, when the price of Bitcoin was recovering, it shot up so quickly. Right. That means there's a lot of money.
Pent-up demand, right?
So the pent-up demand. So there's a lot of money waiting on the sidelines that's just waiting to come in. That's a very strong confidence booster. So I think so I'm very confident about this industry. I'm very happy to see those kind of things happening. So I think things are going to continue to become better.
Very cool. All right, that's all I had today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah.